Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. WWE Raw was a huge show tonight, and there was a lot to talk about heading out of WrestlePalooza. There were several surprises, a few betrayals, and a shocking result by the end of the night. WWE Champion Cody Rhodes opened the show, and Seth Rollins showed up to interrupt him. The two have a long-standing rivalry, and it is going to continue when they battle at Crown Jewel. Rhodes demanded that they have a singles match with no interference from the Vision. Rollins did not answer, but it seems that this will be a point of contention going into the match. Penta and War Raiders won this bout, but not only that, they did so in style. With tables and more involved, the match ended after a brutal Mexican destroyer from the ropes by Penta on Grayson Waller. Stephanie Vaquer did what was not expected of her and won the Women's World Championship at WrestlePalooza, defeating Io Sky. She celebrated as the new champion, and her father was featured as well. There was no beatdown, and for once, it was a wholesome title celebration. Bayley entered Raw tonight, friendly and hugging everyone. She was even friendly to Lyra Valkyria, who was ringside for her tonight. She won the match by defeating Roxanne Perez, though by suddenly turning into her heel angry side. Even after the match, she pushed down Valkyria, rejecting her friendship. At this time, she does not appear stable. Gigi McDonough did the unthinkable and tried to stand up to Rusev after being trapped into wrestling the Star by Dominik Mysterio after agreeing to help him. The Star was not able to get the win though, as the monstrous Bulgarian dominated most of the match and then finished him with the accolade. When the submission was locked in, McDonough tried to get out of the hold and begged Dominik Mysterio to help him, but the Star did not, and it was Finn Balor who ended up attacking Rusev. The interference came only after the match ended. The Judgment Day needs to get themselves together at this point. Jey Uso put LA Knight away with a spear and won the match after the Vision tried to attack. But what happened after made the difference. He walked away on his opponent, and even with Jimmy came out to help, the Star did not stop for him. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed were destroying Knight, but Jimmy's appearance with a chair chased them away. The Los Americanos was officially named as a faction by WWE tonight. The different versions of El Grande Americano are part of the group. Asuka has had a problem with Rhea Ripley being friends with Io Sky for a long time. Finally, the two came to a head tonight as they wrestled in a match. Ripley was able to win, but the angry Asuka made her pay for it. She hit Ripley with the green mist. On top of that, when Io Sky begged her to stop attacking Ripley, she attacked Sky as well. A reluctant Kairi Sane also beat down both Sky and Ripley as WWE Raw went off the air. Anirban Banerjee is a journalist from Kolkata, India, and has been a part of building Sportskeeda's WWE section over the past 9 years. He's been an assistant content manager for the team during the past 4 years as well. Banerjee has interviewed John Jones, Conor McGregor, Cowboy Cerrone, George Masvidal, Mandy Rose, Joe Hendry, Darren Till, and many others. Anirban has worked in the field of wrestling and mixed martial arts journalism for several years. In addition to his work on Sportskeeda, Anirban is a fiction writer and has co-written over 20 biographies. He was also a columnist for 90 Minutes. This week's edition of Monday Night Raw delivered pure chaos from start to finish. From championship drama to unexpected betrayals and the shocking birth of a dangerous new faction. The landscape of WWE has once again changed overnight. Raw kicked off with World Heavyweight Champion Seth "Freakin' Rollins addressing the WWE Universe. Rollins, fresh off a grueling title defense last week, declared that the open fight night era was far from over. He invited anyone in the locker room to step up for a shot at glory. Before he could continue, the arena lights flickered. Out came Finn Balor, limping slightly but full of venom, reminding Rollins that their rivalry was far from finished. But before words turned to fists, Cody Rhodes' music hit, and the crowd erupted. Cody declared that while Balor had unfinished business, the WWE Universe wanted to see Rhodes challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship. The tension escalated as all three men faced off, but WWE officials intervened, announcing a main event triple threat match. Seth Rollins vs. Cody Rhodes vs. Finn Balor for the title. The undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, Owens and Zayn, faced off against Chad Gable and Otis in a non-title match. The match was filled with fast-paced action, with Gable out-wrestling Zayn early on. However, the highlight came when Otis attempted a Vader bomb only for Owens to counter with a picture-perfect stunner, allowing Zayn to hit the Helluva Kick for the win. Owens blasted Zayn with a steel chair, shouting that he was done carrying dead weight. The crowd was stunned as Owens repeatedly struck his longtime friend and partner, officially turning heel. Gable and Otis stood in disbelief, but Owens raised his hands as if declaring independence. The undisputed tag titles may not remain unified for long. Throughout the night, tension brewed within Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley confronted Dominik Mysterio, furious over his loss to Ricochet last week, which cost the group momentum. Damian Priest sided with Ripley, questioning whether Dom was pulling his weight. Finn Balor attempted to calm the storm, but Ripley warned Dominik, "One more mistake and you're out." Rhea Ripley defended her Women's World Championship against powerhouse Raquel Rodriguez in a brutal encounter. The two titans clashed with raw intensity, with Raquel nearly pinning Ripley after a devastating powerbomb. But as the referee was distracted, Dominik Mysterio interfered, sliding a chair into the ring. Unfortunately, his timing was disastrous. Raquel used the chair against Ripley before tossing it out, but the referee caught her in the act and disqualified Raquel. Ripley retained, but she was enraged that Dominik's blunder nearly cost her the title. Post-match, Ripley slapped Dominik across the face, leaving the crowd gasping. Dominik's mistake may be unforgivable, and it looks like Judgment Day is beginning to crumble. A hard-hitting contest saw Bronson Reed battle Matt Riddle. Despite Riddle's strong striking and agility, Reed's sheer power overwhelmed him. The finish came when Reed crushed Riddle with the Tsunami Splash, earning a decisive victory. After the match, Reed grabbed a microphone and announced he wasn't interested in working alone anymore. He promised that a storm is coming to Raw and hinted at forming an alliance. In a surprising tag team showdown, Becky Lynch teamed up with her bitter rival Trish Stratus to take on Io Sky and Dakota Kai. The uneasy alliance between Lynch and Stratus quickly fell apart. Midway through the match, Stratus betrayed Becky, delivering a chick kick and walking out on her partner. Damaged CTRL capitalized, pinning Lynch for the win. After the match, Stratus revealed in a promo that she was tired of being overlooked. She promised that she wasn't finished shaping the women's division and teased new allies coming soon. Later in the night, cameras caught Bronson Reed, Trish Stratus, and Kevin Owens meeting backstage. In a shocking twist, they announced the creation of a new faction, Dominance. Owens claimed the group was united by one thing: betrayal. Stratus said she was done proving herself to anyone and would instead destroy everything from within. Reed added that together, they would take over Raw piece by piece. The WWE Universe may have just witnessed the birth of Raw's deadliest new alliance. As punishment for his earlier blunder, Dominik was forced to face Ricochet one-on-one. The high-flying action leaned heavily in Ricochet's favor. Despite interference attempts by Judgment Day, Ricochet nailed the 630 splash for a decisive win. After the match, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley abandoned Dominik in the ring, signaling a possible split. Balor shook his head in disappointment before walking away. Dominik was left humiliated, a shadow of the villainous figure he once tried to be. Main event: Seth Rollins vs. Cody Rhodes vs. Finn Balor, World Heavyweight Championship. The night closed with a blockbuster triple threat match. All three competitors went all out, with Rhodes hitting a cubby cutter on Rollins, only for Balor to break the pin. Balor nearly captured the title after a coup de grace, but Rollins kicked out at the last second. The climax came when Rhodes nailed Balor with the crossroads, only for Rollins to steal the pin at the last moment. Rollins retained his championship, but the aftermath was even bigger. Cody, frustrated, stormed out without shaking hands. Balor stared daggers at Rollins, his Judgment Day issues boiling over. Rollins stood tall, but the crowd's chants were split, signaling turbulent waters ahead. As Rhea went off the air, the WWE Universe was left buzzing. Dominik Mysterio's unforgivable mistake may have destroyed his place in Judgment Day. Kevin Owens turned heel, betraying Sami Zayn and joining forces with Bronson Reed and Trish Stratus in the shocking new faction, Dominance. The main event left the championship picture wide open, with Cody and Balor refusing to step aside. Raw ended not with answers, but with questions, and that's exactly what keeps the WWE Universe hooked.